India, and welcome to Mandela Gandhi Youth Summit. Thank you all for being here.
Please take time today to visit the permanent exhibitions of both Mahatma Gandhi at our number 4 section and Mr. Mandela here at the Old Fort. Both these young men were able to rise above that and make a formidable mark on this country and the world. When these two young men were your age, they were ordinary people like you and me, who had no idea that they would make such a formidable impression on this continent and the world at large. Are you the next world icon?
Today marks the 100th year of the return of Mahatma Gandhi to India. He left the shores of South Africa exactly on this day 100 years ago, and went on to lead the freedom struggle in India and got India's independence. And similarly, yesterday was Madiba's birthday, the first, I think, after his passing away. And so, with this background, with these two occasions, on these two dates in mind, we have kick-started the Festival of India in South Africa to celebrate with you, the people of South Africa, your 20 years of freedom, as well as our 20 years of relationship after your independence. Why are we having a youth summit? Why? Now, in this day and age, it's the youth which actually make up the voice of the world. They are the ones which bring in change. You are the guys who will be the leaders of the future. One of you might become an icon, just like Madiba or Mahatma.
Somebody says it is not worth to fight battles that do not have medals. Do you understand that? Yes. These two icons fought battles, and their battles yielded medals. It is for us today as the youth to take a cue from them. Let's go and read their books. It is very much amazing what these two icons were similar on. We are here to listen to the youth talk. It is your day today. And it is for that reason, Madam Chair, that I will be sitting down now, if you allow me.
Thank you once again for being here. Thank everybody. Thank you, Armstrong, good friend, people from the High Commission, Ms. Petal Thring, all the people who have come here from different schools. I have to make a mistake in the beginning. It's okay to make mistakes. The ability to use conscience of your opponent as your ally is a skill. And for that you have to be morally right. So remember, if you're morally right and when you're negotiating, use the conscience of your opponent as your ally and you will always succeed. Sometimes you may fail, but that's all right. The second quality I'm going to share with you is perseverance. 27 years in prison, 32 years fighting for one single cause, that was Gandhi for the Indian independence. How do we define 32 years or 27 years? I mean, how do we quantify it? Shall we say 365 days into 27 and then start? I mean, I was always trying to figure out how do I express this to the children of today, to the youth of today, what it really means, perseverance. It's like your life depends on it. You have to go after it like that, as if your life really depends on it. And you have to be at it with your fullest. So, we talked about conscience being morally right. We talked about perseverance, willing to dedicate yourself for decades on a single goal. Third, very important thing is integrity. But if you build it in yourself that you will never compromise on integrity, you will never do that for the rest of your life. And I think both Madiba and Gandhiji never compromised on their integrity, even if they were going to lose everything.
To say, what are the qualities that actually these two leaders had? One of the qualities that they had was voluntary subordination. They voluntarily abandoned self by being a servant to others by their acts of service. While most leaders identify with symbols of power to elevate themselves above people they lead. Both these leaders symbolize the people they were trying to lead. They were both servants of the people, and they both viewed themselves as servants first and not as leaders. Humility, they were both the embodiment of humility. And the definition of humility, it is the ability to make a right estimation of oneself. And both were indifferent to people's social status, wealth, and earthly trappings. Granddad could relate from the queen to the lowest person that anybody can think of. And I implore all of you to become the leaders that Gandhi and my granddad were, to look inside of you and see how can you change the world. Sipho spoke earlier on about you can be the leaders of tomorrow. You can be the next Mahatma Gandhi. You can be the next Nelson Mandela. Look inside of you, what it is that I have to be able to change the world. Thank you.
Life is about choices. And every moment there's a little choice that has to be made. Am I going to stretch and sleep in just a little bit? Or am I going to wake up and go? I think about these because when I think about these two guys, I think about how, these are great guys, have left a great legacy. And then when we unpack it, we realize it's just about those little choices, right? But he made a choice. And people thought at the time, no, this is a crazy choice. He made the choice. Most of the time, the choices that these guys make seem crazy to everybody else. He made the choice to follow his own heart. He made the choice to follow his own heart. And that's the only thing that any of us here can really ask of him. That you follow your own heart and you make those choices even if they seem difficult.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Perseverance and I'm 19 years old. Success. I'll start with a quote from Mandela. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, or fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? We were born to make manifest of the glory of God that is within us and let our own light shine. We unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. Unquote.
I'm going to be doing a poem called If Only I Could. If only I could change the world and the minds of the youth with just a single word. If only I could make you believe in you, make you realize your potential, we could stop a war or two. If only I could change your perception, eliminate all the discrimination, get rid of the borders that separate us, get rid of all the segregation. If only I could. Why wish when you can do? Why dream when the world's hope already lies in you? Why follow when you can lead? Why doubt when you should just simply believe? Sit still for a little while and look within you and be amazed at what you find. Because the power of the youth is undeniable and mostly undefined.
And what I learned most importantly today is that we should all consider ourselves important because our ability lies within ourselves. So I'd like to thank you for hosting such an event because I learned a lot that has affected me. As from today onwards, I'll try to be a better person.
At the end of the day, what I'm saying to you is that as a person, have morals, have ethics, have values, know who you are, and that you can never go wrong. When you personally know yourself, the things of peer pressure, they are non-existent. So that's what I'm trying to do. Know yourself as a person and be proud of you. I am the world's
Closing message is don't eliminate yourself from progression. Don't be ashamed to unleash your potential and be bold and calm. Even if you're going to come and stumble around, at the end of the day, you will fall and rise again and be the person just like the two leaders who we have seen before. They've played a good role in our lives.
As the great leader, the late Nelson Mandela once said, never, never and never again shall it be that one experiences the oppressions of another. I think.
I know what it feels to be a leader, but I never knew that you could actually give up so much for being a leader. So as a young person, I'm saying that Mahatma Gandhi and Nelson Mandela actually influenced me to be a better leader than I am today, to be someone who would also be on the placard like they are, to be someone who would also be on this particular little thing which we actually pinned on our blazers today. So that's why I'm here to say thank you to the Commissioner of the Indian Embassy and everyone who came all the way to South Africa to actually show us the mutuality of South Africa and India, of Mahatma Gandhi and Nelson Mandela. Thank you.
So I thought the passport should look something like this. It should be a world citizenship passport in the name of peace, truth and ahimsa. Ahimsa is the word for non-violence which Gandhiji used to use, right? But as a concept, keep it with you, and every person you meet from now, tell them you're a global citizen, you're going to change the world, you're going to become the next Mahatma, you're going to become the next Mandela.